So I'm Roxanne, and I've been a psychotherapist for over 20 years. So oftentimes the questions that I get asked is, why should someone deal with me versus someone else or another person in my field? Well, I think what kind of makes me a bit different is that I shared my life in my book. I really looked at some of the things that created my blueprints. And like I said, what I realized was I really did create a really, really good life. Great career. I have fantastic friendships, great family relationships. Took pretty good care of myself, I'm for the most part. Work relationships were a little bit iffy. And then my romantic relationships was the area that was a little bit tougher. So what I realized was when I did my blueprint is I started to look at what impacted me. Well, I think back, my parents had a less than ideal marriage. Did they love their children? Absolutely. Did they do their best? I would think that they would say so, but there were definitely some gaping holes. So I think what started to happen for me quite young is I started to realize that disconnect from some of the things we were feeling, and then that's what I did, and I focused outwardly. And that worked really, really well, developmentally for a very long time until I got to, mid-stage, new life stage, being a mom and someone that was in a latter part of a marriage, at which point what I realized is that I was not living the blueprint that fit any longer. So I think that would be a benefit to work with me because I took the time. And I think we often should take the time. In my case, I would say I did it poorly. I waited till the very end, ignoring things for, I would say, 10 years. But that need not be something that you do. Because I often say the earlier you come forward and start to create change, you could stave off some of the things that I write about in my book. So I hope that helps you understand why I think it might be useful to deal with me.